What's up, guys? Apple has just released its latest version of its operating system called Mojave. Let's go take a quick look. First up, dark mode. So the first thing to come to macOS Mojave is a new all-system round dark mode. Now I think Apple have got this right. When you look at other operating systems like Windows 10 and their attempts to put dark mode in, they've made it an all-black thing. Whereas Apple Mojave have gone for a more slate grey looking thing. I think it looks really fantastic. It's across the board, it's across all of the operating system and into some of the core apps. Very simple to turn it on, system preferences, and then you get a new light mode, dark mode facility to turn on. Goes through all of the different applications, go across the taskbar, goes across the launch pad, makes everything look a lot easier on the eye, especially when you're trying to do things in low light areas. It also translates through to some of the applications, some of the more modern apps, that for ones that are transferred over from iOS, all supporting this thing, and more app developers will be able to bring on board that dark mode theme throughout their whole applications as well. That's also complemented by some accent colours. You used to have your 2 blue and your graphites. Now you've got 6 other accent colours and highlighting colours in there as well. So you can really customise down the look and feel that you'd like to have in your operating system. Much more customised thing. I think it looks fantastic on the eye. Much better implementation than I think Windows is doing. Next up, dynamic desktop. So the notion of dynamic desktop is to actually give you the ability to have your wallpaper changing as it goes throughout the day. So again, in system preferences, you go into your desktop and you'll see this new feature called dynamic desktop. All your great wallpapers are still there, but you get this choice between a color gradient or the Mojave Desert. So if we set it to dynamic, what you'll then see throughout the day is your wallpaper will change its look and feel based on the time of day. So what we can do is we can actually simulate that by running the clock forwards here. So if we say set it to 3 o'clock, you'll start seeing that the sun phasing will change. Down to 6 o'clock, it's going into dusk mode. Down to 9 o'clock, you start going into the dark sort of mode. So again, it gives you a little bit more sort of feel and more sort of change throughout the day. It gives you another thing to look at that's a little bit more sort of pleasing on the eye. So again, really nice sort of implementation of it here. The only thing I would say is there's only 2 real wallpapers here that are doing it. You either got the Mojave Desert or the colours. Again, I'd like to see a couple of more wallpapers in there. No doubt they'll come on as further updates are made, but currently a really good thing to keep your desktop fresh. Next, stacks. So now you have your dynamic desktop set. It'd be a shame to ruin that look with all of the icons that people typically have on their desktop. So with a couple of clicks of the button now, we can right click on the desktop and use this new functionality called stacks, and what that will do is it will categorize and effectively put all of your folders and files all into stacks based on their type. You can reorder it in different ways, so you can have it last added, last opened, date created, tags if you're using them, but again it gives you that cleaner, much more clean look of your desktop as well, so you can enjoy the background while still having them all in the while still having all your icons there. You can also use multi-touch scrubbing, so you can scrub through the documents and the images that are inside the stacks, and then when you find the one you want, just double click on it and it will open it up in the program required. So quite often it'll open up in preview or your imaging editor, whatever that you're looking for there. Once the stack is also opened, all the others will move to the left hand side, so again you'll see clearly what's in the stack and what's not in the stack there. Anything that you do add to the desktop that is not in a stack usually, so we'll just add another image file here, we can drag that onto the desktop and you'll see it automatically adds it to the images stack, and then when we expand it back out, there it is for you to be able to utilize. Next, Finder. So we've all been to Finder in the past and found it quite a complicated thing to go and find stuff. So again, we can use the search functionality and if we know what we're looking for, but there is a brand new view come to Mojave, which is the gallery view. Again, puts all the stuff in context for you. You can play your video files from here. But again, it gives you all of the information up front in a single pane of glass there for you. So you've got all your metadata. You've also got some quick actions at the bottom now. So even within Finder now, you can rotate images, you can trim videos if you so wish to do so. So you can do some very quick actions, very sort of responsive stuff, all within the Finder window. That includes also being able to mark up stuff. So again, we've got an image here. We can quickly open up the markup. That opens up in preview, and we can quickly make edits on this image file without actually going out of Finder and into an application. So again, very quick process if you're wanting to share information very quickly and you want to get this adjustment made, or you want to make notes on things, you can then easily do that, and again share it from the preview window as well. Next, Quick Look. So you should all be aware of Quick Look, where you basically highlight a file and press spacebar, and it gives you a quick preview of what's actually in that file. Now, Quick Look has had a bit of a facelift and has had an injection of functionality. So, hell of a lot of markup capabilities now, all from within the Quick Look application. So, again, we can make edits, very quick adjustments, suggestions, make overlay text, make highlights, adjust things on the fly. And again, Quick Look will adjust itself based on the capabilities of what's required in there. So again, we can do this thing in we've got an image here of Final Cut Pro where we can make suggestions on where the edit should be, whether the level should be higher or lower, and again, all we're doing is we're doing this within the context of Quick Look, making all these commitments. And as I say, we don't actually have to open up another application to do this. We are doing this from the just the simple application. We can even go in as to give a digital signature, so making a signature in there and then committing that to the file as well upon saving the document. So again, very powerful that Quick Look has now become. It's not just simply a preview editing preview tool, it's allowing you to make some simple edits across some of the documents. Next, screenshots. So we're probably all familiar with the usual way of taking screenshots in macOS, with the Command-Shift-3 for the whole screen, or the Command-Shift-4 for taking a selected area of the screen. However, again, Screenshot Facility has been given a bit of a facelift in Mojave. So there is this new way of taking screenshots, which is invoking Command-Shift-5. Now what Command-Shift-5 will do is it will bring up a little interface at the bottom there, which will allow you to either take a whole screen capture, or take a selected window where you can now highlight the window and take the instant screenshot, or again do a free format selection box by drawing round as you did with the Command-Shift-4. Introduced in this as well is now the ability to be able to record the whole screen or record a selected area of the screen as well. You also have various options in Mojave where you can save the location of where it's being stored, also take a timer as well. So the timer is really important here if you need to be able to, say for instance, take a screenshot of a menu item. Very difficult to take a menu item if you need to capture it there and then. So you can put a little delay on it, set up the screenshot that you want to, and then it counts down and takes that screenshot for you. So again, much more powerful coming to the screenshotting functionality in Mojave, but also based on that as well, it gives you the ability to take a screenshot, and whilst you've got that screenshot down in the preview window, being able to drag that straight into a document that you're working on as well, position that position that in the document. So again, it reduces down the amount of screen clicks that you're having to do of waiting for it to save to the desktop, copying and pasting into the document, all done within one application now. Next, new apps. So a long-awaited feature coming to macOS finally is to see the introduction of some of the iOS apps that we've been utilizing on our iOS devices. So again, there's a few that have now started to make their way onto Mojave, things like the voice memos, the news item, and the home automation applications, all of which are now making their appearance in Mojave. So as we go forwards, we'll see more and more of this transition over to macOS with the iOS applications as well. And there's really no point having two different versions of it. So why not start porting them over? So again, application developers can start utilizing some of the functionality in the developer kits for this as well, so they can start getting their iOS applications presented in the Mac application store as well. So again, really powerful here. We're now starting to see the convergence of iOS and macOS into a more coherent set of ecosystems for Apple products. Whilst we're on the subject as well, the new Mac App Store has had a massive facelift. Again, picking up the dark mode as well, but it's got a much more intuitive way of laying out the applications. Some of the applications also, you'll see, will have little recordings demonstrating what the application's all about. Again, being able for you to be able to easily see whether it's a suitable application for the requirements that you're looking for without actually going and downloading it initially. So again, it's much better designed. Updates are still where they are. However, just to note that the application updates and the system updates are also all under one place now. So OS updates are now driven from the properties part of it, but also you'll notice that when you do this update for the operating system, if you go into the advanced section, you'll see that it's also checking for all of your applications as well. So doing the App Store updates as well as the operating system updates, all from one thing. So OS from now onwards won't be inside the App Store, it will be part of the system properties that you go in and check for updates. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned a few things that are coming now to Mojave. And say, if you like it, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell as well so you get notifications of more videos that we're going to be posting up in the near future on our channel. But for now, thank you very much. I've been Colin Prime Moore from iCTO.